Hi, welcome to another session of Learning with ISRAR at ISRAR'S YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss inventory management techniques. As we know, inventory management is an important function of the supply chain management, in which we track inventory from source to end customers. Mainly, it involves forecasting demand, sourcing raw material or products, storing inventory, analyzing sales, reordering. The purpose of inventory management is to ensure that business have enough products to meet demands while also reducing the expenses associated with the inventory. Here are some of the best inventory management techniques which we are going to discuss in our this presentation. We will start with the demand forecasting, which refers to the process of accurately predicting the potential future demand for goods and services to make sure that business has the right volume of stocks available to meet the demands of the customers. Some of the most effective ways to forecast demand includes the use of a moving average, exponential smoothing time series analysis, forecasting based on the judgment. But the most effective method depends upon the kind of business, and no matter which method we use, the forecasting demands cannot be precise and 100% accurate and could result in shortages or overstocks. The next technique in inventory management is ABC analysis. It is a technique for managing inventory in which inventory items are ranked according to their importance to the business. This is especially useful when businesses need to determine the items they have to order or to keep, which allows them also a greater oversight for specific inventory item. In this analysis, inventory is divided into three groups A, B, C. For this reason, it is called ABC analysis. Item A's are the most significant items that almost make up 20% of the inventory items, but can make about 80% of the value of the inventory. The item B's are moderate importance to the business, and it has like 30% of the inventory items, but it has about 15% value of the inventory. Item C's are least important items, which account for 50% of the inventory but just 5% of the value of the inventory. Another technique to manage the inventory is to keep the safety stock. Safety stock is the amount of inventory businesses keep in reserve to meet unexpected demands or delays in the future deliveries. It is very crucial to avoid the stockouts, and it is determined according to the fluctuation in demand as well as delivery lead time, the cost of stockouts, and the expenses of keeping the stocks. And safety stock formula looks like safety stock is equal to maximum daily sales multiplied by maximum lead times minus average daily sales into average lead times. The next inventory management technique is reorder point. Reorder point is the level of inventory at which new order must be placed. This point pertains to particular inventory item, and it is calculated based on the average daily use, the lead time for the orders, and the amount of safety stocks. Reorder point is an important element of inventory management and helps to avoid stock shortages. The next technique is periodic automatic replacement or par level technique. It is a way of tracking the minimum and maximum levels of inventory for each inventory item. When inventory reaches the minimum level, a new order should be placed, but make sure that inventory shouldn't exceed the max level. The power level technique for inventory management will prevent overstocking and stock outs. Uh, the power level technique for inventory management will prevent overstocking and or stock out, and it is determined by the average daily demand for an item as well as the lead time and the quantity of stock that is considered to be safe, like safety stock. Another very famous inventory management technique is just-in-time inventory, which is called JIT. JIT inventory is a method of inventory management that helps reduce the amount of inventory and only placing the orders and delivering the items precisely when it is required to use. In order to achieve this, it is very necessary to monitor the level of inventory and coordinate with the suppliers. While JIT may reduce cost for inventory, but it also may lead to stock out, and it isn't a very good choice for every business. Dropshipping is a technique for managing inventory that does not require sellers uh, to maintain inventory on hand at all. It's kind of like zero inventory. Here, the businesses make contract with the suppliers. Those deliver the product directly to the customers at the time when a customer places the order. It is very popular with online companies and it's ideal for reducing expenses for inventory and early expenditures, but same time businesses don't have much control over the product, and there also the profit margins are very low. We can also use cross docking as a management inventory technique in which receiving the product from the suppliers and immediately shipping the products to the customer without having to wait in the warehouse. So as the products are coming, we are shipping to the end customers. This can help reduce the cost of handling and storage while increasing fulfillment time. Sometimes we have to make more time to bring the product from the receiving trucks to the shipping trucks, but it requires intense coordination with the suppliers. It is another very famous and traditional techniques to manage the inventory, which is called FIFO and LIFO methods. These are two different techniques for managing inventory that decide which inventory will be sold first and when. In FIFO, the oldest inventory is sold first. On the other hand, using LIFO, the latest inventory is sold first. FIFO method is the most popular when selling perishables items or items with the expiry date or the fashion items. Whereas the LIFO method is typically employed in sectors that have inventory cost that grows over the time. It means if it's a inflationary time, because it will able to better align costs with the revenue and help delay the taxes and come to the right profit. The next inventory management technique is the vendor managed inventory, where suppliers manage their customers' inventory and take full responsibility for maintaining inventory and inventory related decisions for their customers based on demands and other related factors. Here, the downstream supply chain data is shared with the upstream supply chain data and focus on demands, safety stocks, reorder points, and lead time. Suppliers manage supply and inventory and continuously review the system and identify the needs for improvements and work together with the upstream and downstream participants in the supply chain. It is another technique which is called consignment inventory. and it refers to a process by which a supplier, also known as the consignor, consigned items to a retailer known as the consignee, but the supplier retains the ownership of the items until they are actually sold to the end customer. The advantage of this technique is that the customer or the consignee, if you don't have to pay until the merchandise are sold, and you can also return those items back to a consignor which are not sold. Economic order quantity. It is a very basic inventory management technique and used since long time, which assist in determining the best quantity of an order that overall reduce the inventory cost. And we will calculate this by using the formula where we consider annual demand, which is D, ordering cost, which is S, and cost of holding the particular inventory product is H. So this determines the best quantity which we can order. This method also reduces the cost while ensuring that the stock is available to meet customers' demand. Perpetual inventory management is a practice in inventory management of constantly updating inventory levels when products are shipped or received. And due to this continuous inventory management, it gives the most precise view of the inventory levels. It also provides the turnover of the inventory and prevents stockouts of the inventory, but it is more costly, time consuming, and complicated than other techniques. But we can use periodic methods where the level of the stock are only regularly updated rather than constantly. Six Sigma and Lean Six Sigmas are some other techniques to manage the inventory. In Six Sigma is an inventory management method that is focused on reducing the number of errors and variation in the process of managing inventory. We can use this technique based on the data like statistical analysis to pinpoint and eliminate issues within inventory management process. Businesses could make use of it to better manage and track the levels of inventory, whereas Lean Six Sigma combines with the Six Sigma methodology with lean manufacturing to improve the efficiency of the process of managing the inventory. Businesses could apply it to improve the efficiency of processes by removing unnecessary steps in inventory management. This is another technique to manage the inventory, which is called bulk shipping. Bulk shipping is the practice of buying and shipping inventory in huge quantities and taking the advantage of economy of scales. This reduces the shipping cost and may bring reduction in the cost from the suppliers. However, the bulk shipping process can lead to overstocking and could be harmful in the case of selling perishable goods. Batch tracking is another technique in inventory management that helps companies to track the groups of items that have similar throughout their supply chain. It helps in case if there's any call off or returns, so you can see that what happened to our inventory. Companies that use batch tracking usually utilize RFID tags or barcodes or IoT or blockchain to track the products. This can be particularly beneficial for compliance, quality of control for the product with expiration data, and then also improve the visibility of supply chains. At the last, I will say that an efficient inventory management system is vital for any company that purchases and sells goods. There are a variety of techniques for managing inventory that could aid in increasing revenue, reducing cost and increasing customer satisfaction. Then the most effective techniques will depend on the specific of the business. It is important to try different techniques or the combo of the techniques to find the right combination for your needs. I hope after having this presentation, you have a very detailed idea about the techniques you can use to manage your inventory. If you have any question, please let me know. I will be glad to answer your questions. Till next presentation, take care and goodbye.